Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video for today based on The Walking Dead. This first topic was suggested by Frank Barker, and he wants to know, Trev, who do you think would win? Who would win between The Walking Dead Season 7 group and Z Nation? So I thought this was a lot of fun for a who would win discussion topic type video because I haven't done one of these for a while. It's probably been about, I want to say almost like a year since I've done a who would win video. And I used to do all kinds of them. I had dozens of them, comic book, characters versus each other. And, Dragon Ball, Goku versus Superman and stuff. I was the first one on YouTube to post that video, and then Screw Attack and lots of others did it, afterwards, that kind of deal. So for this one, the Walking Dead group versus the Z Nation group. And don't worry if you're not familiar with the Z Nation characters, I'll describe them for you. Really, there's 7 right now and going into season 3 of Z Nation. Now the two shows are totally different, and this isn't a which show is better type video. That's so obvious, it's not even funny. Obviously, The Walking Dead is better. I mean, they're two different types of shows where The Walking Dead takes itself seriously in a zombie apocalypse, and Z Nation doesn't. Z Nation has kind of some really fun comic booky elements, such as Murphy, who's been given this cure, and so he's got superpowers. He's able to control zombies and move them around, and he's slowly turning into a zombie, and he cares for zombies. He has empathy towards them, and he's kind of an interesting cross between a human life and becoming a zombie himself. So there's definitely some fun things about Z Nation, and I do like the show. And I'm looking forward to season 3 because I think it's a lot of fun. It's really comedic too, and zombie strippers and stuff like that. It's fun. George R. R. Martin, who of course writes Song of Ice and Fire, he actually did a special appearance in Z Nation too. So it sounds like he's a fan as well. So it's fun. So the top 7 characters from Z Nation, we have Roberta, who is the main leader. We have Murphy, who of course is our, like I just mentioned, our zombie controller, so to speak. We have 10K, who's a kid that's like a super awesome sniper. He never misses, and he makes some incredible shots and stuff like that. It's really cool for some slow-mo, sniper shots and stuff. It's pretty fun. And he also counts the amount of zombie kills he has, accumulated, and he's got kind of a goal of how many he kills. Then we have Addie, who's funny, and we have Doc, who's he's pretty much like Herschel, except if Herschel was a druggie, liked to get high a lot and smoke some Z-weed, that would pretty much be Doc. And we have, so he's quite a bit different from Herschel, actually. We have Citizen Z, who of course is played by DJ Qualls, who's been in everything, the new guy. And, Breaking Bad. He's been in tons of stuff. He's in Breaking Bad and stuff too. He plays an undercover cop. He's a lot of fun too, really funny. And then we have Vasquez, who's kind of like a newer type of survivor who's, he's kind of like a brawn type of character. Strong, athletic, good at killing zombies, good at fighting, and that kind of deal. So those are our 7 from Z Nation. The 7 that I picked from The Walking Dead, it's kind of tricky to pick 7 because The Walking Dead has so many awesome characters. But we got Rick, of course. We got as our number 1. We got Daryl. I'd put him as our number 2. To face off against 10K, we got Sasha. We got Michonne, Carol, Morgan, and Glenn. So those are the 7 that I would pick right now. Of course, this roster changes based on season, but for who we have right now, this makes sense. So the leaders of both groups, Roberta versus Rick, I think this one's an easy slide. You got to go with Rick, of course. I mean, come on. I mean, you can be biased too a little bit, but Rick would be Roberta, obviously. So Rick's got the number 1. Number 2 would be Murphy versus Daryl. I'd put Daryl against Murphy because Daryl's probably second strongest, maybe strongest depending. And Murphy, he's got the supernatural abilities. He's got the superpower, so to speak, with zombies. So that'd be kind of fun to see who would win between the two of them because Murphy could control a bunch of zombies and have all of a sudden it's not 1 versus 1. It'd be more like he's like a mastermind type villain, so to speak. It'd be like 9 zombies, let's say, in Murphy versus Daryl. I still think Daryl would win because Daryl's awesome at killing zombies. He's tough as hell, and you're gonna give him the crossbow. I think you can give him the crossbow, even though it's at this time. It's kind of his familiar weapon, and even though Dwight's taken it from him now twice, seems to take a liking to the crossbow. We assume Daryl will eventually get another crossbow. It's important for the character. it's one of his trademarks. So I would definitely say that Daryl would beat Murphy for sure. Even though Murphy would have a bunch of zombies, I still think that Daryl would eventually land a shot on Murphy and would beat him. Then we have 10K versus Sasha. For this one, because 10K has he's got the supernatural ability, sort of similar in the way that Murphy does, but with a sniper rifle and with not missing and this kind of deal. I think you have to go with 10K for this one, as much as I like Sasha. And remember, we can't be biased here. We're trying to be unbiased. Even though we like a character better, doesn't mean we have to, go with them for who would win. This is kind of more who logically would win. So I go with 10K for this one because I think that, his aim, Sasha's got incredible aim too, but 10K has got the supernatural kind of, comic booky type aim. So I would go with him for that one. Michonne versus Addie, that one's easy. Obviously Michonne. Carol versus Doc, that's pretty obviously easy. Carol would clearly win that one. It'd be fun to see if she played any mind games on him. She's killing right away. That'd be fun. Citizen Z versus Morgan. So this is a fun one. I think that this one would be like a tie or like a draw. They would probably start talking and be like, why are we fighting? Why do they want us to do this? Do they want to see who would win? Well, that's kind of stupid. Let's just hang out and all life is precious and all that good stuff. And maybe if it's in Antarctica, Morgan could, give them some company, this kind of thing. So that's a drop because I don't think they would kill each other at this time. They would probably like each other too much and start talking things out, and then it'd all be fine. Vasquez versus Glenn. This one I'm going to go with Vasquez. And again, we can't be biased. Even obviously, I think probably 99% of us would like Glenn better because Vasquez is not a very fleshed out character, and he's kind of new anyway. So obviously, we're all going to like Glenn better. But I do think that Vasquez would probably win in that because he'd probably shoot quicker, and Glenn's a little hesitant, that kind of thing. Even though he can't, he would kill too, I still think Vasquez would probably win that. So then, it's pretty much a landslide for Rick and the rest who are surviving, Daryl and the rest. They would finish off the rest. So yeah, the Walking Dead group would pretty easily beat the Z Nation group, I want to say. But it would be fun to see. It'd be cool. It's cool for the imagination to play out. So that's the first one for this Q&A. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for the suggestion, Frank. I thought that was pretty good. Then we have a few other questions for today. I'll just do a few more. Next one was from YouTube user Rick Grimes. He says, it would be cool if Glenn gets Lucilled and everyone is like, fuck's sakes, that was predictable as fuck. And then throws tomatoes at the TV and then bam, second kill out of nowhere. So I'm really liking the idea for maybe more than one kill. I think it makes a lot of sense for the TV series. And maybe that could be what Kirkman is talking about by this kind of big payoff for it. Unless they just have a really crazy, fast-paced episode plan where we get to see tons of stuff and they go through a lot of content really quickly from the comic books. Maybe get to see the Sanctuary, get to see, all kinds of stuff and lots of zombies and, all kinds of good stuff with the premiere. So we'll see what they have planned for us. Should be exciting either way. Next one's from JaaviiHD, and it got 49 thumbs up. And this was after I had posted the Michonne theory video. And she says, oh my God, no one cares anymore. It's going to be disappointing either way. The momentum is gone. The surprise is gone. And it got 50 thumbs up in the video, which was quite a bit because the video didn't get that many views, like 20,000 or something. It's not that many for that many thumbs up. So, So I wanted to put this one in here because I wanted to comment on it, and that is that I won't be doing too many more theory videos until we get more content, until we get something new, for the TV series, and then we'll start to kind of break that down and talk about how that affects our theories of who we think it's going to be that's killed off. But I do understand what you're talking about entirely because the wait is so long, and it's not like a mid-season finale where there's like a month in between. It's the entire summer. I understand the frustration because I got it too. The week when the finale aired, I actually did a video because I was already getting tired of hearing different theories. Because everybody's theory's gone crazy. I think I called the video something like that. Theory's gone wild or something. And it's just because no matter what, you can't know for sure until we actually see the episode, no matter what. I mean, you can know the most about The Walking Dead or whatever. You can be an expert, this kind of thing. You just still can't know for sure. And there's a million theories. And yeah, there's lots that are plausible that could make sense. But don't worry, guys. I'm not going to do too many more of those videos. I've pretty much gone through everybody at this point in the channel and given my thoughts on each character, which ones seem most likely, which ones seem to not be likely. And we've pretty much done individual videos for every single one. I don't feel the need to do one for Glenn at this time because I did that in my my main video for who I thought it would be right after. And so don't worry. I'm not going to do too many more of those. We'll do different types of videos and fun discussion topics and stuff like that. You can still send me your theories, though, if you have any additional info. Somebody brought up, I forgot to write down the name, but they said that Rosita referred to Abraham as champ earlier on in one of the episodes, and then in the finale, Negan's is taking it like a champ. So maybe that's something there. That's a great observation that could maybe add a little bit of credibility to the idea that it could actually be Abraham, or he could be one of a couple or something. So, unless I get anything earth-shattering or anything crazy, I won't really be making too many more. So don't worry, Javi. And I totally understand what you mean, because it's such a long wait, and it's frustrating to not know things. People get frustrated when they can't know certain things, especially when it comes to like big questions in life and stuff. People want answers to things, and they get frustrated if it's not, an obvious answer. Cody Horton says, I guess I'm the only one who's worried about Enid in the closet. Nice. SvarteIX says, I really cannot buy hype from Kirkman anymore. Quote unquote, this next one is going to be huge, like we've never done that before. They say that all the damn time, and it's the same shit, especially with the season 6 premiere. The actors were like physically ill after reading the script. Well, that was for the finale. And it was just so crazy, and nothing even really happened in that episode except the stupid cliffhanger, which in all fairness did make me pretty ill too. I mean, overall, the best part of the whole episode was Morgan Carol thing, which is awesome, but sad because it's supposed to be all about Negan and his scene. While it was extremely intense and suspenseful, will only be remembered as a shit show now. So I guess he's pretty salty, it sounds like. And the Morgan Carol thing will be what I remember most fondly about the episode. So, yeah, I understand. It's like part of an episode. As Kirkman referred to it, he said it's like, it's just part of it. You compare it to Star Trek and stuff, which is, is whatever. But you're right. And I want to include this in there too, because that is true. Pretty much every time they always say it's going to be better and bigger and that kind of thing. And, for the most part, No Way Out wasn't that hyped, but it was better and bigger and crazier than I think anything we'd had prior. So, but they got to hype up the stuff. They're excited because they work really hard on it. And you can understand if they work really hard on something, they're excited to share it once people actually get to see it. And I do think for the most part it's warranted, because most of the time the episodes are pushing new boundaries and they are going a bigger scale, even though maybe sometimes you have cliffhangers and stuff like that which can irk people, which is understandable as well. And last one is going to be from George Caldwell, and he says, I think a miscarriage could give Maggie the necessary character development if Glenn doesn't die. Oh, that's an interesting. I like that comment. So maybe if she has a miscarriage instead, that would be the same kind of pain, so to speak, as if Glenn dies. Maybe almost, So yeah, that's pretty good. But I will wrap it up for today because I got to go. And if you guys like the video, as usual, you guys can thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see more videos from me all summer long, then you can subscribe. And just going forward, pretty much in the future, probably, at least for a few more years, probably going forward permanently. You could share, favorite, subscribe, all the good stuff. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you again real soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.